Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Shri Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Nitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Go Premanandi. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahanta Parivachikacharya Stotrika Shri Srimad Divine Grace Srila Bhai Chandra Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahanta Parivachikacharya Stotrika Shri Srimad Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananda Gauri Vaishnava Vrind Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem se gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrind Ki Shri Radha Krishna Gopina Sham Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Mayapur Dham Ki Yamuna Mai Ki Ganga Mai Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Shri Bhadra Pornima Ki Srila Prabhupada Translate Book Distribution Ki Srila Prabhupada Translate Prasadam Distribution Ki Nidai Gaur Premanandi. All glory to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glory to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glory to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. Today is the most auspicious occasion of Bhadra Pornima. It's being celebrated all over the world. But firstly, I'd like to congratulate you all that are here and those that are watching us online and those who have actually participated but are not here in person, but they're here in spirit. Congratulating you because it's a life-changing decision that you all have made. I'll speak about it in a second. But before we speak about what the life-changing decision is, we refer to the 12th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam that actually speaks of this day and this particular occasion in particular. So if you all have your phones, you all can pull it up, or else the reference is Canto 12, Chapter 13, verse number 13. I won't read the Sanskrit, but we'll be reading the Sanskrit for the other verse that we'll be referring to. If on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destination. One should place Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne because it is the king of all literature. On the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, the sun, which is compared to this king of literatures, is present in the constellation Leo and looks as if raised up on a royal throne. According to astrology, the sun is said to be exalted in the sign of Leo. Thus one may unreservedly worship Srimad Bhagavatam, the supreme divine scripture. So in a few minutes we'll see the Bhagavatam coming on the altar and staying true to being worshipped on a golden throne. So it'll be right in the vicinity or right in the presence of Shri Shri Radha Gopinath. So a life-changing decision. There are many of you here that are present who have actually received the Srimad Bhagavatam. There are many here that have actually given, will be gifting the Srimad Bhagavatam to someone that you know or someone that you've nominated. And some that are actually sponsoring a Bhagavatam to be given to someone. And the others are some like me who've helped the Bhagavatam move from point A to point B. So in whatever way that we've assisted with the placing of Srimad Bhagavatam in someone's house, in someone's life, are those fortunate souls. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in Vedic texts, this world is described as a world filled with miseries. It's an ocean in which all these souls, all of us, are actually drowning in miseries. So the way out of this ocean of suffering is to take shelter of a boat. Now, one may think, okay, to cross an ocean, one needs a ship. Why are you saying a boat? Because a boat is smaller in size, and only a few will actually fit in a boat. And to be true to it, only a few are actually interested in crossing this ocean of material existence. So, the very few of us that are here and that are actually participating in this Yagnya or this ceremony or on this day, that are celebrating this day, are actually psychologists have said that when we go to someone's home and when we examine their home and look at what sort of possessions they have, actually it is said that those possessions define their life, or it defines their values. And in a sense, they become, they identify themselves with those things, those possessions. So by a lot of time when we approach people and ask them to take a set of Srimad Bhagavatam in their homes, they quite often they say, oh, we don't have space. That's a common reasoning that one gives. But when one looks in their home and sees all the possessions that they have, and some of them are actually not contributing to their overall well-being, when they actually take a Srimad Bhagavatam into their home, they're actually making a statement of saying, I'm replacing matter with spirit. Or, most importantly, I'm now going to change my life. And it is actually seen, a lot of us here, some are actually gifting the Bhagavatam to the others. Some of us were in the same boat a few years ago when we received a Bhagavatam. And when I was reflecting upon it, when I received a Bhagavatam, what was my lifestyle then and what's my lifestyle today? And although I haven't made much improvement, but there's been, whatever improvement has been made is because this Bhagavatam has entered my life and has given a sense of purpose to us. So, so we're making a statement here of welcoming a change in our lives. We all know that change can be scary. A lot of times we are resistant to change, but that is the point, that we're making a statement by moving things out of our life and allowing Krishna to come into our lives. So Srimad Bhagavatam is actually the literary incarnation of Krishna. It is described in the first canto, chapter 5, verse number 11, which I'll read now. Tadvak visargo janata viplavo yasmin pratish lokam adbhavati api namani anantasya yasontani yat shrinvanti gayanti grinanti sadhava. On the other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc. of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation, full of transcendental words directed towards bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literatures, even though imperfectly composed, are heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. Similarly, we find another description in the third canto. So, as we all know, Krishna was present on this planet 5,000 years ago. And when he wound up his pastimes, there was a question asked, now that Krishna is going, where will we get guidance from? To this answer, there is a verse in the first canto, the third chapter, verse number 43. Krishne svatamapagate dharma jnana divisaha kalo nashta drishtam esha puranarko dunoditaha. This Bhagavad Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision to the dense darkness of ignorance in this age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. So all of us, or some of us may be aware of astrology. We all know this. If we consult an astrologer, it will be said that we are under some. So there are, as we understand, this creation is run by demigods, or in Vedic language, devas. So these devas actually control different planets, which actually have a different influence on each aspect of our life. So it is said, so if you ever go to an astrologer, they'll usually say you're eclipsed by, this is the griha that you're actually going through at the moment. So they'll usually subscribe to some astrological remedy that one must go through. But our acharyas describe that Goloka Vrindavan has descended into this material creation in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is that griha that is actually now, Goloka Vrindavan is the griha now that has actually entered into our life, and it will obscure the influence of all other planets. So just by keeping a Srimad Bhagavatam in your home or your place of residence. A few weeks ago, I had the good fortune of visiting a devotee who had placed a Bhagavatam in his office. And they said, because this office, I meet with clients, I meet with all kinds of people, so I want them to come in vision or have darshan, as the Sanskrit word describes, of this Bhagavatam, so that they'll be somehow they'll feel these transcendental vibrations, and that'll actually force them or encourage them to take on a better way of life. So it is said that those who actually place the Bhagavatam in their homes, all of the devas actually glance on this home because it's now residing with the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is non-different from Krishna. The Srimad Bhagavatam that all of us here are actually having in our homes, or will be taking in our homes, consists of 18,000 verses. So on this earthly planet, the Bhagavatam consists of 18,000 verses, and in the higher planets, the Bhagavatam consists of 100,000 verses, and even higher than that, thousands and millions of verses. So when I was reading that, I was quite relieved, because just imagine if we have to keep a box that, for some of us who actually have placed boxes of books in our homes, will realize soon, we won't be living in the house, it will be just these books. So, but the benefit is the same. We actually get the same benefit of those that are residing in the higher planets, because we're very fortunate to come in touch with this literature here. We may take it for granted that we have these books in our possession, because these days thousands of printing presses are actually churning out copies of books every few days, every few hours as technology advances. However, this was not the case 5,000 years ago, or even 500 years ago. The copies of Bhagavatam were actually handwritten on leaves, and that's how this generation, we are actually receiving this from, it's a legacy that we've inherited. So those that are actually receiving sets, like I said, there are some here who are actually giving away, gifting sets to people today, had actually the good fortune of receiving sets a few years ago. His Holiness Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, a very prominent disciple of Srila Prabhupada, loved by many. Every day he would have a headache if he would not have read Srimad Bhagavatam or heard Srimad Bhagavatam. Any time that he would have actually had to travel, be on an airplane or so on and so forth, that means that he would not have the time to read. Wherever he would arrive at, he would have a headache. And what would cure him of the headache? To have to hear or read the Bhagavatam for 3 to 4 hours. So it's a commitment for those of you that will be taking, and for those who also have the Bhagavatam. There was an analysis done. So this Bhagavatam consists of 18 volumes of 18 set of books. To complete the Bhagavatam in 1 year, if you were to read 40 pages a day, you'll be able to complete the Bhagavatam in 1 year, all the cantos. However, if you read 20 pages a day, you do the math, it'll take you 2 years to complete the Bhagavatam. And further on. If you take a bit longer, then it will take that much of time. So commitment entails devotion. So those here, even for us that have the Bhagavatam, even though it's a day of gifting the Bhagavatam, but we make a commitment or make a vow to Bhagavatam, please allow us to absorb ourselves in the pastimes of Krishna, and that's being described here. His Holiness Radha Govinda Maharaj says that English, the language English, is like a flowing river in a village. So if you go to a village or if you go to a town where there's a flowing river, what do you see? Everyone is coming there to either bathe in it, or to bathe their clothes, or there's so much. If someone's coming there to drink water to quench their thirst, there's so much benefit that the village or the town is actually derived from the river. So Govinda Maharaj said that's how English language is. It's filled with poetry and so on, and literature and so on and so forth. And what is the Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam is like the Charanamrit. So as we see here, there's Charanamrit here, the water that's bathed the feet of the Lord. And our Acharya Srila Prabhupada, what did he do? He put the Charanamrit and mixed it with the river. So he took the Srimad Bhagavatam, the transcendental literature, and translated it to English, and making Srimad Bhagavatam accessible to one and all. That actually, so that is Srila Prabhupada's gift to us. Our Acharyas have gifted this to us. Srila Prabhupada, until the last breath of his life, was translating the Bhagavatam. He would, wherever he would travel to different parts of the world, wherever he would arrive, he would plug into his schedule of translating Bhagavatam. So it goes on to say how much, of how important it was to Srila Prabhupada to translate the Bhagavatam. So we have this good fortune here to have Bhagavatam with us. There's so much to be said to the Bhagavatam, but due to time constraints, we won't be able to get to it. However, there is the glories of Bhagavatam described in the 12th canto. And later today, when the Yagnya starts, Nand Gokul Prabhu, when he starts, there will be an opportunity for all of us to either pull it up on your phone, where we'll be chanting the second chapter of the first canto of the Bhagavatam, or those that have copies in their possession, please do so. So, I'd like to conclude again. It's all of us here, and those that are watching online, and to those who actually contributed to this this Bhadra Pornima, as per ISKCON tradition, is now evolved into the Save the Earth campaign. So we want to save the earth because it is described in the first canto. Bhumi, Mother Earth, prays that I can't even bear the weight of a single lie that's spoken. So we can imagine how much more is happening on this planet Earth that's destroying this planet. So Srimad Bhagavatam is here, as it is said, to help this misdirected civilization. So today we'll be commencing with the Yagnya shortly. However, as it's an auspicious day, and there are so many auspicious beginnings happening today, I also want to highlight it's a very special occasion today. It's a very special occasion as we are starting a new Bhakti Shastri batch today. Bhakti Shastri is a degree that's awarded in ISKCON to everyone who systematically completes his or her studies on books that are Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, Ishopanishad. These 5 books that actually one reads, one studies, and this awards one the degree of Bhakti Shastri. This takes a time frame of anywhere between a year and a half to 2 years. Once someone graduates from this degree, one is then eligible to participate in or to enroll in Bhakti Vaibhav degree, which is the study of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have Grace Mathura Gokul Matajiya, who will be starting a new batch today, and there are many here who will be attending, who will be participating in this Bhakti Shastri degree. So we congratulate them all. We congratulate you all. Please give them all your blessings for them to take on this effort, which will take them a year and a half to 2 years, but most importantly, take on a degree which is most dear to Srila Prabhupada. So shortly now, I'll recite the names of those who have participated in this campaign, and also the names of those who are enrolling in the Bhakti Shastri degree. And at the culmination of that, we'll proceed with the Yagnya, at which I'll request Nan Gokul Prabhu to make an announcement for everyone to come forward to participate in the Yagnya. Yes, they can come now. Yeah, so for those whose names are there, please, as I'm saying it, please come and take a seat around here, close to the Yagnya. Okay. So the names are displayed here on the board, as well as I have them here, so I'll be reading it from my phone here. This is not a complete list at the moment because as we are speaking, there are more that are actually coming forward to place, to receive the Srimad Bhagavatam or to sponsor the Bhagavatam. So what's also going to happen is that all those that are going to participate in this campaign, all of their names will be encapsulated in a small locket which will be placed at the feet of Shri Nrsingadev in Mayapur, but that's going to happen at a later date. So, if your name's not yet, don't worry. There'll be, some of us will be taking down names in a bit. So, okay, I hope I have it all. Akhanda Ras Prabhu Jwala Rasal Mataji, Alexander Caspi. Sorry, 1 second. Yep. Okay. Arya, Adya, Aditi Sharma, Ajay Prabhu Jyoti Mataji, Akhanda Ras Prabhu, Jwala Rasa Mataji, Alexander Caspi, Amit Maloch Prabhuji, Naira Mataji, Amit Prabhu, Rajavadu Mataji, Amrita Sen family, Anandmay Gopinath Prabhu and family, Anand Prabhuji and Sharda Mataji, Anita Shahi, Ariel Utel, Aruna Mazumdar, King Mujumdar and family, Ashima Sharma, Ashok Kanra and Shubhangi, Ashwini Raghunath, Bankim Prabhu, Haridwani Mataji, Baba Vibhushan Prabhu, Billy, Brij Mohan Sharma, Chandrasekhar Margam, Deepak Deepti Mataji, Deva Deshmukh and Sara Minara, Tanya Stegels, Diego Prabhu Manohari Mataji and family, Dipti Radha, Devya Gopinga Mati, Krishna Keshav Prabhu and family, Edward Breslin, Phoenix, Gaurav Prabhuji and Vinny Mataji, Girish Satarkar, Gitesh Prabhuji and Shweta Mataji, Govardhan Prem, Keval Prem Mataji and family, Govinda Basi, Seema Isha, Namesh and family, Govindhari Prabhu, Hamsa Vijay and Sanvi Ramamurthy, Hai Chaitanya Prabhu Madhusudhi Mataji, Hemalata Devarkonda, Hitesh Prabhu Netika Maharaji, Ian Plum, Indra Mataji and Suprit Prabhuji, Ishwar Prabhu, Iti Sharma, Jagannath Devdas, Jai Raj Sharma Prabhuji, Janmashmi Prabhu Radhashmi Mataji and family, Jai Radhika Mataji and family, James Gopali, John Stegals, Kailash Nand, Kanchan Mataji, Rakesh Prabhu and family, Kapila Deva Huti Das, Kate Beck and family, Keshav Prabhuji and Benita Mataji, Kirtana Bhumika, Krishna Dharma Prabhu and family, Krishna Prabhu, Krishna Lalita Devi, Linda Rosali, Lipi Sharma Stegal, Loka Leela, Madhu Seva Prabhu and family, Manakrit Das, Manikan Sharma, Mani Bhushira Mataji, Sveshwar Nivash Prabhu and family, Manish Kodbole, Manish Sharma, Mathura Mandal Prabhu, Mitlesh Sharma, Mohit Prabhu, Priya Mataji and family, Monita Mataji and Dhirendra Prabhuji, Mridul Patak, Mukesh Kandilova Prabhuji and Swati Mataji, Nalaini, Nandgok Prabhu, Mathura Gokul Mataji and family, Nanita Mataji and Avinish Prabhuji, Nirav Shah, Nityananda Pran Prabhu, Olivia Anderson, Palak Partha Swati and family, Parthak family, Pratik, Praveen Prabhu and Radhika Mataji, Priyanka Pujarini Ghosh Mukherjee, Pushpa Mataji, Radha Parthasati Ashram, Radha Ram Prabhu, Radha Priya Mataji and family, Radha Vinoda, Radha Krita Mataji, Radhika Mataji and Prabhu and family, Raghunath C and Rahul Vivek, Rajiv and Seema Mittal and family, Rajkumar Chelapan, Rajni and Deepika Sharma, Ram Avatar, Ranjana Mainali, Rasakrita Dasi, Ravindran Prabhu, Shobha Mataji, Rajni Mataji and family, Rebecca Scott and family, Richa Sharma Mataji, Rohini Devi, Rupam Bandupadi and family, Rupam Prabhuji, Sati Prabhu and Sonal Mataji, Samir Satpute, Sandeep and Sonal Gupta, Sanjeev, Sarita Ranawat, Saubhagya Prabhu Tanushri Mataji, Saul Caro, Savina and family, Shalu, Shankar, Shantamna Nanjanarpa, Shiva, Sonia Mataji and family, Saujanya Kariyala, Shiva Prabhu Vrindavan Palni Mataji and family, Sudarani Dintakurti, Sujan Thapa and family, Sujan, Sumandira Mataji, Sumit Kundu Prabhuji, Sumit Prabhuji and Sonia Mataji, Shushila Mahalingam, Swasti Mataji, Tanvir, and Prachi, Uni Krishna Prabhu Jamavati Devidasi and family, Pasant, Vaman Kshetra Yatra, Vanita Mati, Shaju Prabhu, Venkat Madhav Prabhu, Viteshri Mati family, Verma family, Vimal, Vinayak Prabhu, Neelam Mataji, Vishnu Gopal, Brajarani Mataji and family, Raja Vinoda Mataji, Vajana Krishna Prabhu, Charvasti Mataji and family, Tomba Rajkumar, Divya Priya Gopika Mataji. Hare Krishna. And I'll read out the names of those that are actually enrolling in the Bhakti Shastri degree. Supriya Mataji, Kiran Prabhu, Sharda Mataji, Nidhi Mataji, Aparna Mataji, Sujana Mataji, Sadashiv Prabhu, Chaitanya Gangeshwar Prabhu, Pratibha Mataji, Tipti Mataji, Tony Prabhu, Indira Mataji, Narendra Prabhu, Radhika Mataji, Yamina Mataji, Yamini Mataji. Hare Krishna. So now I'll request everyone to participate in the Yagnya. So I'll put the mic for Nan Gopal Prabhu. Yep, if I request everyone just come closer and participate in the Yagnya. Yeah, that's fine.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. There is one seat left. If anybody would like to come and can you do one thing? Just push this one a bit away, little bit away from that seat. Hare Krishna. You want to sit? You can sit. Those who got the mobile, we are going to read from Canto 1, Chapter 2. So we will be offering using each mantra, but that's happening afterwards. So before that, we will have the Narsimha Kavacha Yagnya. Then we will have the chapter 2 from Canto 1. That will go, and then we'll have the Vaishnava Homa at the end. So we'll have 3 homas. So it will take about 40 minutes roughly. What I would request all of you to do is go through the Achaman. Yeah. So if anyone who is sitting at the back, there are a few more plates you can use, but before that, please do the Achaman so that you can do the offerings. No, I think it should be okay. At the back, 2 more. Can you pass that for Achaman if you have finished? No, with your right hand. With your right hand. Yeah, leave that on the ground. Yeah, with your right hand. Yeah, should be my which should it should be Ketan. Yes, she can. Anyone who can do the Ketan. A little bit smaller. while everyone finishing the chanting, I'll do the Swasti Vachana and Shanti Pata. So in meantime, you all will be finishing the. Hopefully, you will all finish the Achaman within that time. Hari Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Punantu Mam Deva Janaha Punantu Manasa Diyaha Punantu Vishwa Bhutani Jata Veda Punihimam. Om Asya Karmana Punyaham Bhavantu Bhruvantu. Om Punyaham Om Punyaham Om Punyaham. Om Utgateva Shakune Samagayasi Brahmaputra Eva Savaneshu Samshashi Vrisheva Vajeshu Shurmati Rapitya Sarvato Nashakune Bhadrama Punyamavada Vishvato Nashakune Punyamavada. Om Asya Karmana Swasti Bhavantu Bhruvantu Ayushmate Swasti. Om Swasti, Om Swasti, Om Swasti. Om Swasti na Indro Vridhashravah, Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedah, Swasti na Staksho Arishtanemi, Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Om Asya Karmana Riddhim Bhavantu Bhruvantu. Om Riddhyatam, Om Riddhyatam, Om Riddhyatam. Om Riddhyamastomam Sanuyam Vajamano Mantram Saradhehopayatam Yashona Pakvam Madhugoshu Antara Bhutamshu Ashvino Kamamapraha. Om Ashvino Om Swasti no Govinda Swasti no Achyutanando Swasti no Vasudevo Vishnu Dadhatu Swasti no Narayano Narovai Swasti na Padmanabha Purushottamo Dadhatu Swasti no Vainateyo Swasti no Vishvakseno Vishveshwaraha Swasti no Hrishikesho Harir Dadhatu Swasti no Vainateyo Harihi Swasti no Anjana Suto Hanurбhagavato Dadhatu Swasti Swasti Sumangalaikesho Mahan Sri Krishna Satchidananda Ganas Sarveshwareshwaro Dadhatu. So now we are going to do the Sankalpa. Om Tat Sat. Om Govinda Govinda Govinda. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat Atya Brahmano Dvitiya Parardhe Shri Shweta Varaha Kalpe Vaivasvatakya Manvantare Astivimsati Kaliyugasya Prathama Sandhyayam Brahmano Vimsato Vartamanaya Rishikesha Mase Ashwini Nakshatre Purnima Tithau भूमंडले जम्बूद्वीपे भरतवर्षे भारतखंडे मेदी भूतस्य सुमेरोर्दक्षिणे श्री विग्रह ब्राह्मण विग्रह वाहिनी सन्निधौ श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ प्रीत्यर्थम अस्मिन् शुभ दिवस महानित्य होमं वयं करिष्यामहे। ओम तद्विष्णु परमं पदकं सदा पश्यन्ति सूर्यः द्विविव चक्षुरा तदहं तद्विप्रासो विपन्नयो जागर्वाकस्य समिन्दते विष्णोर्यत् परमं पदम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Swaha Om. Om Vaishnavanagne. Klim Hridaya Namaha, Klim Shirasaya Sate Govindaya Shikhayam Vasate Gopijana Kavachayam Vallabhanetrebhyam Vasatu. Om Swasraya Prat. Om Shri Vaishnava Namagne Yamati Karu Shri Praname Karu. Deva Shri Vivashantar Matvedya Devrata Samadharma Shatayavadi Govindavadi Purush. Is the Atman cup is back? Om Ananta Manvasyavaha. Om Achyuta Manvasyavaha. Om Saraswati Manvasyavaha. Om Bhurvasvaha Om. Now we are going to start the homa, where you can actually take the pinch of the grains and then offer it like that. So you can use these three fingers, so these two and the thumb to use it. Those are sitting at the back. If your ahuti can't reach to the offering, that's okay. You can actually part the plate into two sides, leave it on the other side of it, and then at the end you can bring it and then offer it here. So we're going to start with the Narsima Homa. So those who know the Narsima Kavachas, they can recite with me. Sorry? Yeah. If you want to move this side so that you can reach there, that's still okay. Yeah. Easy access. Om Bhuva Swaha Idam Vishnave Idam Namah. Om Bhuva Swaha. You can offer it. Om Bhuva Swaha Idam Achyuta Idam Namah. Om Swaswaha Idam Narayana Idam Namah. Om Bhurva Swaha Idam Ananta Idam Namah. So after every shloka within the Narsima Kavacha Stotra, we are going to do Swaha. And then you can all follow me. Shri O Hari Om नरसिंह कवचं वक्षे प्रह्लादेनोदितं पुरा सर्वरक्षकरं पुण्यं सर्वोपद्रवनाशनं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः सर्वसम्पत्करं चैव सर्वमोक्षप्रदायकं ध्यात्वा नरसिंहदेवेशं हेमसिंहासनस्थितं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः विवृतास्य त्रिनयनं शरदिन्दुसमप्रभं लक्ष्म्यालिङ्गितवामाङ्गं विभूतिविरूपाश्रितं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः चतुर्भुजं कोमलांगं स्वर्णकुण्डलशोभितं सरोजशोभितरस्कं सप्यूरमुद्रितं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः तप्तकाञ्चन संकाशं पीतनिर्मलवाससं इन्द्रादिसुरमौलिस्तं स्फुरन्माणिक्यदीप्तिभिः स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः विराजितं पारदन्वं शङ्खचक्रादिहेतिभिः गरुडमदा च विनया सूयमानं मुदान्वितं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः संहृत्कल्मसंकासं कृत्वा तु कवचं पठेत् नरसिंहो मे शिरौ पातु लोकलक्षात् सम्भवा स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः सर्वगोपी सम्भवास बालं मे रक्षतु ध्वनिं नरसिंहो मे दृशौ पातु सोमसूर्याग्निलोचनं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः स्मृतिं मे पातु नरहरि मुनिवर्यस्तुतिप्रिया नासं मे सिंहनासस्तु मुखं लक्ष्मीमुखप्रिया स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः सर्वविद्याधिपः नरसिंहो रसनं मम वक्त्रं पातु बिन्दुदर्दनं सदा प्रह्लादवन्दितं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः नरसिंहः पातु मे कण्ठस्कन्धो भूभ्रणकृत् दिव्यास्तशोभितो भुजो नरसिंहः पातु मे भुजौ स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः करो मे देव वरदो नरसिंहः पातु सर्वतः हृदयस्योगिसादिश्च निवासं पातु मे हरि स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः मध्यं पातु हिरण्याक्ष वक्षकुक्षिविदारणः नाभिं मे पातु नरहरि स्वनाभि ब्रह्मसंस्तुतः स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः ब्रह्माण्डकोटयत्कट्य यस्यासौ पातु मे कटिं गुह्यं मे पातु गुह्यानां मन्त्राणां गुह्यरूपदु स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः ऊरु मनोभव पातु जानुनी नररूपदु जंगे पातु धरावारा हर्ता यौसौ नो केसरी स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः सुरराज प्रदपादु पादो मे नरहरीश्वरा सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषा पातु मे सर्वसस्तनुं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः महाग्रो पूर्वतः पातु महावीराजग्रोग्नित् महाविष्णुर्दक्षिणे तु महाज्वाला सुनैरतो स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः पर्शिं मे पातु पुरुषे दिशि मे सर्वतोमुखः नरसिंहः पातु वायव्ये सौम्या भूषण विग्रह स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः ईशान्य पातु भद्रो मे सर्वमङ्गलदायक संसारभयतः पातु मृत्योर्मृत्योर्नकेसरी स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः इदं नरसिंहकवचं प्रह्लादमुखमण्डितं भक्तिमान्य पठे नित्यं सर्वपापै प्रमुच्यते स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः पुत्रवान् लोके दीर्घायुपयायते यं यं गावयते कामं तं तं प्राप्नोति संशयं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः सर्वत्र जयमाप्नोति सर्वत्र विजयी भवेत् भूम्यन्तरिक्षदिव्याणां ग्रहाणां विनिवारणं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः वृश्चिकोगरसम्भूतं विशापहरणं परं ब्रह्मराक्षसयक्षाणां दूरोत्सरणकारणं स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः भूर्जे वा तालपत्रे वा कवचं लिखितं शुभं करमूले दत्तं येन संसिद्धेषु कर्मसिद्धया स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः देवासुरमनुष्येषु स्वं स्वमेव जयं लभेत् एकसन्ध्यं त्रिसन्ध्यं वा पठेन्नियतो नरः स्वाहायं नरसिंहाय नमः सर्वमङ्गल्यमाङ्गल्ये भुक्तिं मुक्तिं च विद्यति धात्रे शति सहस्राणि पठेत् शुद्धात्मना नृणाम् स्वाहा इदं नरसिंहाय नमो नमः कवचास्य मन्त्रस्य मन्त्रसिद्धि प्रजायते अनेन मन्त्रराजेन कृत्वा भस्मार्भिर्मन्त्राणां स्वाहा इदं नरसिंहाय नमः तिलकं विन्द्यसे वस्तु तस्य ग्रहभयं लवेत् हरे त्रिवार जपमानस्तु दत्तवार्याभिमन्त्र च स्वाहा इदं नरसिंहाय नमः प्राशद्येद्यो नरो मन्त्रं नरसिंहध्यानमाचरेत् तस्य रोगा प्रणश्यन्ति ये च सुकुक्षिसम्भवा स्वाहा इदं नरसिंहाय नमः गर्जन्तं गर्जयन्तं निजभुजपटलं स्फोटयन्तं हठन्तं रूप्यन्तं तापयन्तं दिवि विजिदिशितं क्षेपयन्तं क्षिपन्तं क्रन्दन्तं रोषयन्तं दिशि दिशि सततं संहरन्तं भरन्तं वीक्षन्तं घूर्णयन्तं शरणिकरशतेश दिव्यसिंहं नरं नमामि स्वाहा इदं नरसिंहाय नमः ॐ भूर् स्वाहा इदं विष्णवे इदं नमः ॐ भुवः स्वाहा इदम् अच्युताय इदं नमः ॐ स्वस्वाहा नारायणाय इदं नमः ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वाहा इदम् अनन्ताय इदं नमः So that finishes the Narasimha Kavacha. So now we are going to move to the chapter 2 of Canto 1. So those who got it open, they can say it with me. Om Bhur Swaha Idam Vishnave Idam Namah Om Bhur Swaha Idam Achyutaya Idam Namah Om Swaswaha Idam Narayana Idam Namah Om Bhur Swaha Idam Anantaya Idam Namah. So now we are going to go for chapter 2, Canto 1. श्री श्रुत उवाच इति संप्रश्न संपृष्टो विप्राणां रोमहर्षणे प्रतिपूज्य वचस्तेषां प्रवक्तुम् उपचक्रमे स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः श्री श्रुत उवाच यं प्रवज्जन्तम् अनुपेतपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरहकातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतां तरवो भेनेन्दुस्तं सर्वभूतं हृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः यस्वानुभावमखिल श्रुतिसारमेकं मध्यात्मदीपमतितीर्षतां तमोन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगूह्यन्तं व्याससुनोमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरयेत् स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः मुनया साधुपृष्टोऽहं भवद्भिर्लोकमङ्गलम् यत्कृता कृष्णसम्प्रश्नो येनात्मा तु सुप्रसिद्धते स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः स वै पुंसाम्बरो धर्मो यतो भक्तिरधोक्षजे अहेतुक्यप्रतिहता ययात्मा सुप्रसिद्धते स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः वासुदेव भगवती भक्तियोगप्रयोजिता यद् जनयत्याशु वैराग्यं ज्ञानं च यदहेतुकं स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः धर्मस्वनुष्ठिता पुंसा विश्वक्सेनागता सुयः नोत्पादयते रतिं शरण एव हि केवलं स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः धर्मस्य यापवर्गस्य नार्तोऽर्थो योपकल्पते नार्थस्य धर्मकान्तस्य कामो लाभाय हि स्मृतः स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः कामस्य नेन्द्रियर्प्रीतिर्लाभो जीवेत यावता जीवस्य तत्त्वविज्ञासानार्तो ये श्रेयः कर्मभिः स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः वदन्ति तत्तत्त्वविदः सत्त्वं यज्ञानमद्वयं ब्रह्मेति परमात्मेति भगवानिति शब्दते स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः तश्रद्धदानमुनयो ज्ञानवैराग्ययुक्तया पश्यन्त्यात्मनि चात्मानं भक्त्या श्रुतगुहितया स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः अतः पुंभिर्विदश्रेष्ठा वर्णाश्रमविभागशः सानुतिष्ठस्य धर्मस्य संसिद्धि हरितोषणं स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः तस्मादेकेन मनसा भगवान् सात्वतां पदे श्रोतव्यकीर्तितव्यस्य देयपूजस्य नित्यदा स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः यदनुध्यासिना युक्ता कर्मग्रन्थे निबन्धनं छेद्यन्ते को विलासस्य को न कुर्यात् यथा रतिं स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः शुश्रूषोधर श्रद्धदानस्य वासुदेव कथा रुचि स्यान्महत्सेवाय विप्रा पुण्यतीर्थनिवेशनात् स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः श्रवणदां स्वगदां कृष्ण पूर्णश्रवणकीर्तनात् हृदयन्तस्तो या भद्राणि विधुनोति सहस्रदां स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः तदा रजस्तमो भावात् कामलोभात् भयश्चेत् चेता ऐतेरण वृद्धिं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः एवं प्रसन्नमनसो भगवन् भक्तियोगता भगवत्तत्त्वविज्ञानं मुक्तसङ्गस्य जायते स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः भीदते हृदयग्रन्थिष्ठे छीद्यन्ते सर्वसंशया क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः अतो वै कवयो नित्यं भक्ति परमया मुदा वासुदेवे भगवती कुर्वन्त्यात्मन् प्रसादनं स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः सत्वं रजस्तम इति प्रकृते गुणस्यै युक्ता परपुरुष एक एहास्य दत्ते स्थित्यादे हरिविरिजितश्चि हरेति संज्ञा श्रेयांसि तत्र खलु सत्त्वतनो नृणां स्युः स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः पार्थिवादारुणो द्रुमस् मादग्निस्त्रयीमया ततं तमसस्तु रजस्तस्मात् सत्वं यज्ञ ब्रह्मदर्शनं स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः भेजिरे मुनयोथाग्रे भगवन् मधुक्षजं सत्वं विशुद्धं क्षेमाय कल्पन्ते येनुतानिह स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः मुमुक्षयो घोररूपान् हित्वा भूतपतिनथा नारायणकला शान्ता भजन्ति ज्ञानसूयवः स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः रजस्तव प्रकृतया समशीला भजन्ति वै पितृभूतप्रदेशादीन् श्रीयेष वै प्रजेष्वपः स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः वासुदेवः परा वेदा वासुदेवः परामखा वासुदेवः परा योगा वासुदेवः परा क्रिया स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः वासुदेवः परं ज्ञानं वासुदेवः परं तपः वासुदेवः परो धर्मो वासुदेवः परा गतिः स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः स एवेदं सजाग्रे भगवानात्ममायया सदसद्रूपया चासो गुणमया गुणो विभो स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः तया विलसते स्वेष्णो गुणेषु गुणवानिव अन्तःप्रविष्ट आभाति विज्ञानेन विजुम्बितः स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः यथा यावहिनो वृन्ने दारुष्वेकः स्वयोनिषु नानेव भाति विश्वात्मा भूतेषु च तथा पुमान् स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः असो गुणमयैर्भावैर्भूतः सूक्ष्मेन्द्रियात्मभिः स्वनिर्मितेषु निर्विष्टो भूते भूतेषु तद्गुणान् स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः भावयेत्येष सत्त्वेन लोकान् वै लोकभावना लीलावतार निरतो देवतीर्थं निरादिषु स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय नमः ॐ भूर्स्वाहा इदं विष्णवे इदं नमः ॐ भुवस्वाहा इदं अच्युताय नमः ॐ स्वस्वाहा इदं नारायणाय नमः ॐ भूर्भुवस्वाहा इदं अनन्ताय नमः. So that completes the chapter 2 Homa. So now we'll move to the Vaishnava Homa. For that we will be invoking the Vaishnava Agni. So Om Govinda 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 Om Tat Sat Om Tat Adya Brahmano Vidya Parade Shri Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatakya Manvandare Astavimsati Kaliyugasya Pradama Sandhyayam Brahmano Vimsato Vardhamanaya Rishikesha Bhadra Mase Ashwini Nakshatre Purimatidau भूमंडले जम्बूद्वीपे भरतवर्षे भरतखंडे मेदिभूतस्य सुमेरोर्दक्षिणे श्रीविग्रह ब्राह्मण विग्रह वाहिनी सन्निधौ श्री राधा गोपीनाथ प्रीत्यर्थम अस्मिन् शुभ दिवस्य महानित्य होमं वयं करिष्यामहे. ओम तद्विष्णो परमं पदकं सदा पश्यन्ति सूर्या दिवीव चक्षुरा ततं तद्विप्रासो विपन्नयो जागर्वाकस्य समिन्दते विष्णोर्यत् परमं पदम्. ओम कृष्णाय सरसा वसते गोविंदाय शिखाय मुसनगोपी जनपदकाय वल्लभाने ताभ्यां वसतु ओम अस्त्राय फट्. ओम भूर्स्वाहा इदं विष्णवे इदं नमः ओम भुवस्वाहा इदं अच्युताय नमः ओम स्वस्वाहा इदं नारायणाय नमः ओम भूर्भुवस्वाहा इदं अनन्ताय नमः. Don't throw from behind me. Please come this way. ओम प्रजापते विष्णो नत्वदेतान्यो विश्वा जातानि परिता बाभूवत् यक्कामास्ते जुमस्तन्नो अस्तु वयज्ञश्यामपतायोरहीनां स्वाहा इदं विष्णवे इदं नमः ॐ भूर्भुवस्वाहा इदं विष्णवे इदं नमः ॐ भुवस्वाहा इदं अच्युताय इदं नमः ॐ स्वस्वाहा इदं नारायणाय इदं नमः ॐ भूर्भुवस्वाहा इदं अनन्ताय इदं नमः ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः स्वाहा इदं गुरवे इदं नमः ॐ श्रीचैतन्य नमो विष्णं स्वापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं स्वाहा इदं रसाचार्याय इदं नमः ॐ वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च स्वाहा इदं गुरुगौरङ्गा राधाकृष्णा सर्ववैष्णवे तत्त्वेभ्य इदं नमः ॐ हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते स्वाहा इदं कृष्णाय इदं नमः ॐ तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये स्वाहा इदं राधिकाय इदं नमः ॐ वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा इदं वैष्णवे इदं नमः ॐ जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौरभक्त वृंद स्वाहा इदं पंचतत्वाय इदं नमः ॐ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे स्वाहा इदं राधिका कृष्णाभ्याम् इदं नमः ॐ भूस्वाहा इदं विष्णवे इदं नमः ॐ भुवस्वाहा इदं अच्युताय इदं नमः ॐ स्वस्वाहा इदं नारायणाय इदं नमः ॐ भूर्भुवस्वाहा इदं अनन्ताय इदं नमः ॐ भूर्भुवस्वाहा ॐ अनन्त अनवस्यावः ॐ अच्युत अनवस्यावः ॐ सरस्वती अनवस्यावः. Okay, now we will all stand up, but do not throw the banana into the fire. Just show it to the fire and put it side of the homakunda or put it there. That banana is not a prasad to take away, so do not pick it from the yagnya. Anything which we have offered, please do not pick. Whatever grains you have, you can actually take it, but don't put it directly onto the fire, otherwise it will douse. Some of you can take this plate as well. One of you can take this plate. Sorry? No, you can come individually and offer it. So Krishna, Hare Krishna, please wait, please wait, please wait, please wait. Om Namo Brahmane Devaya Guru Brahmane Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Swaha Idam Krishnaya Idam Namah. Om Bhurvaswaha Kaya Nashitra Avodo Udi Sada Vridasaka Kaya Shashishtaya Om Bhurvaswa Kasva Satyovanam Maggam Hishto Vatsagandasa Drudache Daruje Vasu Om Bhurvaswa Avishunasakira Vitajaritrinam Shadambhava Sute Om Shanti 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 Vishnu Vishnu Om Dhruva Shantir Antariksha Shantir Prithvi Shantir Apa Shantir Vayu Shantir Tejas Shantir Aushadha Shantir Loka Shantir Brahmana Shantir Shantir Astu Dastir Astu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now while doing Yagnya, we actually knowingly or unknowingly do some offenses. So now we are going to ask for the forgiveness. So fold your hands and now we are all going to ask for the forgiveness for any offenses which we have done knowingly or unknowingly. Om Angahinam Kriyahinam Vidihinam Chayat Bhavet Astu Tatsarvam Achidram Krishna Kashna Prasadata Yat Kinchit Vaiguram Jadam Taddosho Prasamanaya Sri Krishna Smaranam Karomi. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So now you all can circulate the fire 3 times, and then while we'll prepare for the tilak. Yeah.
जय राधा गोपीनाथ राधा गोपीनाथ राधे। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद। Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaurachandir Arati Shobha. Kiba Jaya Gaurachandir Arati Shobha. Janavitata bane Jagamanalobha. Janavi tatavane Jagamanalobha Kibadhaki nenitai chan Pamegadadhara Kibadhaki nenitai chan Pamegadadhara Nikate Advaita Shrini Vasa Chatradhara Nikate Advaita Shrini Vasa Chatradhara Kibabose Ache Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane Rachan Ratna Simhasane Kibabose Yache Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane Arati Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Arati Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Kivanara Hari Adi Kori Chamaradhulaya Kivanara Hari Adikori Chamaradhulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Goshadigaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Ghosha Adigaya बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला केव शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परम रसाला मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परम रसाला शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय किभा बहु कोटि चंद्र जीनी वदन उज्ज्वल किभा बहु कोटि चंद्र जीनी वदन उज्ज्वल गाला देशे बनमाला कोरे झलमाला गाला देशे बनमाला कोरे झलमाला शिव शिव शुकनारद प्रेमे गद गद शिव शिव शुक नारद प्रेमे गद गद भक्ति विनोद देखे गौरार संपदा भक्ति विनोद देखे गौरार संपदा गौरांगेरा रतिक शोभा जग जन मन लोभा गौरांगेरा रतिक शोभा जग जन मन लोभा जग जन मन लोभा जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य दिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नाम आचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री 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 गौर निताय की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Sri Prabhupada.
One more time, everybody. Nara Shingabad Jaya Naprapada. Tatakara Kavalabare Raga Vajuta Shiga Dalita Hiranya Venga Keshavadita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagdi जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तब नर हरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशव जय जगदीश जय जगदीश जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश जय जगदीश जय जगदीश हरे जय नृसिंहदेव जय नृसिंहदेव नृसिंहदेव जय नृसिंहदेव जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय भक्त प्रहलाद श्री श्री राधा नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय वैष्णवी प्रहलाद महाराज की जय बेटा मेरी जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल 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 जय 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 राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय 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 राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol Jai Jai Radha Ram Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Bol Jai Jai
That's why we pray to Prabhupada, pray to Vaishnavas, pray to Srimati Radharani. Always we don't go directly to Krishna, Sitaram, Lakshmi, Narasimha, Radha Gopinath. So we always worship our Divine Mother to get their blessings, their recommendation. So here Narada Muni goes and puts forth the request to show favor to those devotees. Krishna says no problem. To the rich man he gives more riches. And as far as the old lady is concerned, Krishna liberates the cow. So now she is left with nothing. So Narada Muni is shocked because normally you would think one who is already having riches, Krishna would give them something else, and the one who is poor, we would think Krishna is going to give them riches. But in this case, it was the opposite. The person who had the riches, Krishna gave him more, and the person who is totally dependent on the cow, Krishna took away that cow also. So then Krishna explains that this king who's already engaged nicely, engaging all his wealth in my service, engaging all his senses. Yesterday I was giving Bhakti Shastri class, I asked this question. Rupa Goswami, he gives for Naveda Bhakti, there is a verse, Sri Vishnu Shravane Parikshita Bhavat Vayasaki Kirtane, that verse. He lists the Naveda Bhakti and he gives one person who epitomized each one of those Naveda Bhakti. So I was asking, who is the one who epitomized deity worship? And one devotee answered, Ambarish Maharaj. I said, Ambarish Maharaj, you can answer for all of them. Then I asked for distressed, they gave something else. I was telling them, see, distressed, I can even put Ganesham Govindadas. I need Shastric example. One who came to Krishna consciousness because of distress, we can put anyone in that name, but tell me something which Rupa Goswami said, not what you and me think. Shravanam, who is the example Rupa Goswami gives? Come on. Parishit Maharaj. Kirtanam. Good. Shravanam Kirtanam. Vishnu Smaranam. Remembering Krishna. Padasevanam. Fantastic. We are doing well so far. Archanam. Prithu Maharaj. So for deity worship, whoever doing deity worship, garlands we make, we do arati, bhog offering, he can always pray to Prithu Maharaj. His Leela is given in 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. He is Satyavash avatar of Supreme Lord. He comes along with his consort, Archi. They both lead in a very exemplary life. Prithu Maharaj is also known to have performed 99 Ashwamedha Yagnya, 100th Yagnya when he was supposed to do, Indra gets insecure. And then you know that Leela. So, Prithu Maharaj, he is known for his deity worship, Archanam. Prithu Maharaj also offers beautiful prayers to the Supreme Lord. One prayer which is commented by the Acharyas as one of the most intelligent prayers you can ever offer to the Supreme Lord is, he prays to the Supreme Lord, When Supreme Lord asks, so what boon do you want? Prithu Maharaj prays, my Lord, just like how a parent would actually give, a father and mother would give the child, fully understanding what the need of the child is. Similarly, please give me what you think is best for me. Nice prayer, right? Takes a lot of surrender to offer that prayer. Normally we have our own list of desires. But Prithu Maharaj offers that beautiful prayer. So you pray because many things we are asking, we ourselves don't know whether it's good for us. Correct? If only Hiranyakashipu knew that Narsingadev is going to come and rip his body, do you think he would have asked for that? He would have said like, no, normal killing is fine. You take Ravana. If only he knew that Supreme Lord will come in human's body to kill, he would have added humans also in that list when he asked for immunity from Lord Brahma. Okay, so here, when we offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord, we should understand that whatever Supreme Lord gives us is simply for our own benefit. It takes some conviction, it takes some maturity to understand that. Just like how, as parents, we won't desire, think of even anything bad that can possibly happen to our child. Similarly, Krishna is our Supreme Father, Aham Bija Pradapita. If we think we are so perfect in our parental relationship with our child, why do we not understand that Krishna being Achyuta, Krishna being the perfect parent, why do you think he will fumble in his role? That's our problem. We are ready to put faith in us, ready to put faith in our parents, ready to put faith in our own role as parents. But when it comes to putting the same trust on Krishna, we are having big problem. We think like, yes Krishna, but you don't know what I want. Excuse me, how would you like your kids to actually say that to you? What? How dare you show that attitude to me? Imagine if Krishna, instead of playing flute like this, if he shows like this, we have a problem. So, here Prithu Maharaj is exemplifying how we should offer prayers to the Supreme Lord. My Lord, you please give me what you think is best for me, just like how a parent would do for a child. So when Krishna fulfills our desires, that's his blessing, his kripa. If Krishna doesn't fulfill our desire, that is his protection. Just like a child may ask, give me a knife from the parent, or they may play with it. Parent would actually take away the sharp item. The parent withholding something, holding back something is their protection to the child. Same way, when we ask something to Radha Gopinath may not give us. It's simply because of their own protective mentality towards us. Actually, in one place, Prabhupada is telling to Harishauri Prabhu that actually whatever you ask Krishna, Krishna will give you. Then Harishauri Prabhu asks, really Prabhupada? Prabhupada says, yes. In timing there may be some difference. Like, how big is the difference? A few lifetimes? Possibly. There are Puranic stories where somebody actually asked Krishna, Krishna, is that what I asked you? Krishna says like, yeah, you asked me before, but that's not what I meant. Well, I took it this way, you know. So, darshan is there. So, we have to understand, offering prayers to the Supreme Lord, we simply come and we follow in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, even when the Supreme Lord is pushing him, no, you should ask boon from me. Prahlad Maharaj says, no, my Lord, I don't want. You compare that attitude to that of Karma Kandi. They go, the only relationship they want to have with the Lord is only based on something. Dhanam Dehi, Putra Dehi, something material. This is their relationship. When that is cut, there is no more relationship. Material relationship, that's what relationship do we have with the government? Are they taking care of our spiritual welfare? Vedic times they do. Currently, no country actually is doing that. What relationship do we have with our boss? Material relationship only. If they stop the pay, we won't go to work. So, if you think about it this way, we can gradually and naturally come to this conclusion that only with Krishna we can have that eternal relationship. Prithu Maharaj, Archanam, Vandanam, who exemplified it? Akrura. So Akrura, if you see, Kamsa, he thinks he hears about Krishna Balram. He also hears first-hand information about them when he sends each one of the different demons to kill Krishna. But these demons, instead of killing Krishna, they end up being killed, one after the other. So when Kamsa comes to know about it, Kamsa sends Akrura. Why is he sending Akrura? Akrura is uncle of Krishna and Balaram, for a start. Prabhu, don't show your back. So Akrura is Krishna Balaram's uncle. Akrura is also known to be honoring his word. If he makes a promise, even someone like Kamsa can trust him. It's one thing to trust your friend. These days we don't even trust them. That's a different thing. But it's one thing to trust somebody who your relationship is in good standing. But if someone as demoniac as Kamsa, if he puts the trust on someone who is good, you can imagine how much trustworthy the person must have been. And you will see Kamsa putting same level of trust to one other person. Who is it? Vasudev. When Kamsa was about to kill Devaki at that time, Vasudev stops him and tells him, don't do this heinous act. It won't befit you as a great king. Instead, what you do, you let your sister live, and then I promise that every child that is going to be born to us, I will bring. And for Kamsa, that is satisfying. Yes, Vasudev is a man of his words. I'll follow his suggestion. So that's what he does. So here he sends Akrura, and he also makes a beautiful golden chariot. Because he is thinking Krishna Balram, they are just ordinary young village cowherd boys, and he's thinking we can lure them, showing some gold. So this is his attitude. So now Akrura gets on the chariot and he starts to drive. It's mentioned in Bhagavatam, Akrura's body, it got on to this golden chariot. Akrura's mind, it boarded his mental chariot. So even though from Mathura to Vrindavan is not very far, Akrura, after getting on the chariot, he was going on his meditation. Oh, I will go, I'll see Krishna, I will see his lotus imprints that is going to be on the ground. And then when Krishna looks at me, he will first smile and he will call me Akrura uncle, like that. So his mind is on Manorath that way, and then his body is in the physical chariot, and the horses of the chariot, they are having good time. Whole day they are going grazing here, grazing there. So they took the whole day. Finally they reach in the evening. You will see the pastime. That's why it took such a long time. He actually left after Mangalarati, but it takes a whole day. Imagine from here, you to go to Paramata, you take that long. That's pretty much how long must have been. But then when he goes there, gets down, there he sees the lotus footprints of Krishna. It's mentioned in Bhagavatam that when Krishna was very young, all the symbols of his lotus footprint, because he's a small boy, very, very tiny little child, so the impression won't be that clear. But because Krishna, when he's grown up, by the time Akrura came, Krishna was a 12-year-old boy. So at that time it's mentioned that each one of those symbols within his lotus feet, they were very well pronounced. So when Akrura looks at them, he offers beautiful prayers. You can read the section in Bhagavatam. Dasyam, who is the example? Hanuman. We'll come to Hanumanji later today. Dasyam, Sakyam, Arjun, Atmanivedanam, Bali Maharaj. Okay, so these are Navida Bhakti, different types how we can worship. But there are exemplary kings, Raja Rishis, Ambarish Maharaj. He mastered in all the 9. It's mentioned Ambarish Maharaj was such a great king. Despite having to manage the whole Bhumandala, he was coolly sitting in one place. Where? In Vrindavan. Whole day he'll spend only in the temple room, cleaning, cooking for the Lord, doing arati, dancing for the Lord, everything he would do. Whenever he hears his army general coming and telling there is some problem somewhere, all Ambarish Maharaj would do is pick up his bow and he'll just do a tiny twang. Ting. And that vibration will go to every nook and corner of his kingdom. As soon as even anyone who wants to do something wrong, when they hear that, they'll keep quiet. No, if we go ahead with this, that king will come. He is protected by the Supreme Lord. And they know very well what happened to Durvasa Muni. Sudarshana Chakra will come next. You know, sometimes you want to do something wrong and you think like, no, better not. So like that they think and they keep quiet. It's mentioned like that. So very efficient management. There is one quote of Prabhupada. Prabhupada says in management, there is 4 styles. Active intelligence, lazy intelligence, active unintelligence, lazy unintelligence. I'll first speak about unintelligence. It's easy to understand. Very close to our heart. We'll relate to that. Unintelligent is somebody who is doing something stupid. Actively, if they are doing it, it's bad for everyone. Lazy, unintelligent. They are unintelligent and they are not doing anything. Again, what needs to be done won't be done. So then you have passive, intelligent. Someone who is intelligent, but they create the system in such a way that things will just go on automatically without them having to do much. Then there is active intelligent. Somebody who is intelligent, but they have to run from pillar to post to get things done. Prabhupada says of these 4, lazy intelligent or passive intelligent is first class management. And Prabhupada says active unintelligent is dangerous. So Ambarish Maharaj was actually doing lazy intelligent management. He was sitting in one place, he was doing everything, but then things are going on automatically, even without him having to intervene. So here, this is what happened with Akrura. He is going to Vrindavan from Mathura. This Leela happened. So here, coming back to this verse, Harishye taddanam shanai. If Krishna wants to favor someone, just like how he took away the cow of the old lady, Krishna will take things away from him. Avanti Brahmana's prayers, if you read, you will see Krishna takes away if somebody wants to do. Why is Prahlad Maharaj quoting all this? Because just now, Narada Muni had glorified him saying, don't you know, or do you remember, my dear Prahlad, Supreme Lord himself came and he ordered you to take the kingship of this whole world, inheriting from your father. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, you see, this is what Shastra says. When Krishna wants to favor someone, what does he do? He takes everything away. What kind of favor is this when Supreme Lord is giving everything to me? This is his point. O greatest of devotees who have nothing material to possess, when the personality of Godhead gave me a kingdom, I understood that I had not received even one atom of his mercy. Understand? So he is saying, I want to do full-time devotional service. And he is asking me to be the king. How is this any favor for me? So this is his point. As the Lord says, when I wish to favor someone, I make him lose his opulence. Such statements as this are evidence. And so also other statements of his exalted devotees. Just see how my worship of the Lord has been eclipsed by my attachment to ruling my kingdom and by my ties to family members, servants and others. For not crying over this in remorse, I should be condemned again and again. So this is the attitude of Prahlad Maharaj. Why else would I have fought against the renowned Lord at Vishala, as I had reverted to low conditioning of my birth, as we were touching on this point last week. There is one instance we say Prahlad Maharaj fought with Pitavasa, Vishnu. When he was on the way to Naimisharanya, there is another instance of his Leela also with the Naranarayana Rishi also, you will see. So Vishala is another name of Badrikashram. Text 30. The demons in their teachings are always inclined to bad scholarship about the truth of the self. Because of my association with such demons, even today my understanding is not free from the degraded element of dry speculation. Normally, material tendency is, even if you go to a temple, Radha Gopinath is merciful, you can come anytime and you can take darshan. You can go to some temples like Tirupati, very difficult to take darshan of the Lord. You have to stand because Lakhs of people go to take darshan. Very difficult. I once went to Pandharpur after Padayatra. Alandi to Pandharpur. Took us like 18 days, about 270 kilometers. I was going with the Pune devotees. There are like 200 of us. So every day we would go walking like about 18-20 kilometers doing Harinam throughout the day. And then after 18-19 days we arrived there. We did a big Maha Harinam on the occasion of Ashada Ekadasi to take darshan of the Lord in Pandharpur, Vittal, especially during Ashada Ekadasi is practically impossible. I stood in the queue for close to, I think, 28 hours or something. In between, I took a break just to take prasad, came back again. And finally, you go in front of the Lord, you, did I say 28? It's 14, sorry. It's, I mixed the numbers. 14 hours I had to stand. I went the previous evening, next day morning. Evening we went at 4 o'clock, next day morning, 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock like that. Yeah, it took me close to 14 hours. And then I finished a good portion of Prabhupada Leelamrita. Going. Some places you recollect with some activity. So we had that 8-volume one, and we were like a group of brahmacharis. We took turns. Each one is reading one book, and then it just went. So like that I remember. Once I went from Mumbai to Kolkata. I finished Ramayana throughout. I was reading Bhakti Vikas Maharaj's Ramayana book. So you will come across like that. So here finally you go. That's one deity in the whole world where they will actually let you to go and touch. Let you to go put your head on his lotus feet. It's self-manifested deity of Krishna. He stands like this. So you can go. Anybody, Prabhu's Matajis, they allow. Everyone can go and you can put your head. And my mentor told me, this is in Pandharpur. Okay, Vittala. So when, like my counselor told me that when you go there after standing for such a long time, you go put your head on his lotus feet, then at that moment you will understand, yes, this is all worth it. 14 hours standing in the queue and doing. My mentor told me another thing, because you have to walk in the sun during the whole journey. He said, when you go, you meditate on Vittala. And after 20 days, when you go to Vittala, he'll make you to look in the same color as him, like that. Very, very merciful deity. Anybody can go. It's the Mula Murti, Archa Vigraha. They'll allow you to go in and they can do. With him, the mode of worship is also different. They do everything open. They'll feed the Lord, everything. They won't put any curtain. So he's like Patita Pavan. Enjoy whatever darshan you want. Okay, you watch me eating prasad or boga. So everything they do, we can go there. Beautiful place. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had gone. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's brother, Vishwarup, he disappeared from that place. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes during the whole South Indian tour to Pandharpur also. There is a beautiful river also, Chandrabhaga. ISKCON has a beautiful temple there as well on the banks of the river. So here he is actually saying the demons in their teachings are always inclined to bad scholarship about the truth of the self. Because of my association with such demons, even today my understanding is not free. So any temple you go to India to visit the temple and you take darshan of the Lord is not very easy. Pandharpur is, I was giving example, Tirupati is so hard, Pandharpur is also hard, but you will get to touch the Lord actually. I was reading on this point. Prabhupada is writing in Gajendra Moksha that when Krishna is pulling Gajendra out, he first pulls Gajendra out and then he simultaneously releases Sudarshana Chakra. Sudarshana Chakra comes and cuts the head of the crocodile. Hoo-hoo. So that's the Gandharva king who became crocodile. It cuts his head. And then Shukadeva Goswami says, because Krishna touched Gajendra, anyone who is touched by the Lord are sure to get liberated. So immediately Gajendra also got liberated. He also went back with the Lord, back to the spiritual world, attaining Sarupya Mukti. Now Prabhupada is writing in the purport that here is a proof how much one gets benefited by doing deity worship. If someone when we are doing deity worship, we have to understand that we are directly dealing with the Lord. Just like here, simply by the touch of the Lord, Gajendra, he got liberated. Similarly, Prabhupada says all our pujaris, when they are worshipping the Lord, touching the paraphernalia of the Lord, they are also in a very fortunate position to be liberated by the Lord, Prabhupada says. Okay, and Prabhupada says, not only doing deity worship, whoever even chanting the holy name of the Lord, because the name of the Lord is non-different. Whoever who is doing any kind of devotional service to the Lord, same purport Prabhupada writes, all of them will be equally benefited. Like that Prabhupada says. So normally, when we go to a place like that, our tendency is somehow or other, let me get ahead of the queue. This is our general tendency. Somehow fight with everyone and then in front of the Lord go and say, Trinada Pisunichena, my Lord. I'm the most humblest of the humblest, my Lord. So we lie even to the Lord also. Unfortunately, this is our position. But if you see great personalities like Prahlad Maharaj, great personalities like Ambarish Maharaj, personalities like Haridas Thakur, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, rather than their position as Goswamis, they still like to remember their connection with their background, with their roots, and they still take that as an opportunity to remain humble. Haridas Thakur, he has never gone to Puri temple inside. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they won't even go through the main door. They go through roundabout way along the beach sand it's given. Like that you will find many instances. Like you take even Swarup Damodar, slightly unrelated point, but we can understand, we think somehow or other if I go to Vrindavan, everything will be fine. Nothing will be fine. When disciples asked Prabhupada, should we come to Vrindavan? Prabhupada says, no, there are already enough monkeys. Like that Prabhupada says, in one place, 3 days you can go to Vrindavan. Prabhupada says, if you go there, first day, second day, you will start to get familiar. Third day, you should offer pranam and you should leave. Because the benefit is more. Prabhupada says, if you don't maintain a proper consciousness, offense also will be more. Prabhupada says, benefit is multiplied 1,000 times, aparadh is also multiplied 1,000 times. Risky, right? Big gambling. So Prabhupada says, so that's why Vrindavan, we should be careful. You go there only with the proper mood. And if you read the section of Akrura visiting Vrindavan, there you can see Prabhupada explaining about this should be the mood. Akrura, right from the time he got on to his chariot, he was meditating on Krishna. He was meditating on, when I see the Supreme Lord, this is how I'll actually offer prayer. This is how the Supreme Lord will reciprocate. And true to his meditation, when he gets down, what does he see? He sees the lotus imprints of Krishna, Gopinath on the land of Vrindavan. And then he sees the dust of Vrindavan that's raised by the hooves of the cows in the horizon. And then he sees Krishna Balram coming. If you meditate on that, then you will see. And then guess how Krishna addresses Akrur? Akrur uncle. Same as what he thought about. So Krishna is very, very personal. Okay, so we have to understand that. Devamrita Maharaj, I was hearing one class, he was saying that when Ajamila, when he was about to leave his body, at that time he was scared. He didn't know what is going to happen. And he's seeing all these disfigured faces, people with disfigured faces coming with the noose. And he could understand, yeah, I've read about these guys, they are going to take me to heavenly, hellish planet. Thinking this way, he is very scared and he is looking at his son, Narayan, and he is calling him Narayana. And Maharaj said that as soon as he calls Narayana, he suddenly sees 4 personalities. And then he is looking on one side, there are these 3 Yamadutas who are ready. And Maharaj says, Krishna is so personal because Ajamila, he committed offenses, sins, Deha, Vak, Buddhi, using his body, using his mind and using his words. Because of that, Krishna sent him 3 Yamadutas. And now, because Ajamila chanted Narayana, Na, Ra, Ya, Na, 4 syllable, Krishna sent 4 Vishnu Dutas. Krishna is very, very personal. Whatever you do, yetam prapadente. Krishna will be very, very proportionately reciprocating with us. But then Krishna goes back on the promise also. Later on, when Krishna speaks to gopis, he says, yeah, in Bhagavad Gita I have said, yetam prapadente, but your devotional service is so high I can't reciprocate. You know, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, see, Krishna going back on promise now. So Krishna is always sweet. That's why Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, he says, you know, the path of the bhakta, you know, to attain Krishna Prema is like the path traversed by a snake. It will never be straightforward. Going like this, it's in Chaitanya Charitamrita it's given. So this is how it will be. What Krishna is going to do, nobody knows. Just like, can you imagine what Narada Muni would have thought when he sees Krishna liberating the cow? Did I say the prayer right? You know, Krishna, I actually meant him, not her. This is what we'll think. But that's Krishna. What he does, only he knows. We don't know. But we need to put the trust, fully understanding, thank God, at least one person is in control of my life. Because nothing seems to be going right. How many of you feel like that? Thank you. It's not me alone. So it happens many times. So here, Prahlad Maharaj is associating himself with all the demoniac kings, saying, my Lord, this is my lower birth. He is telling to his spiritual master Narada Muni, why are you glorifying so great? I am not so favored. You are calling me favored because Krishna gave me kingdom. Krishna, normally when he shows favor, he takes the kingdom away. So how can any pure devotion appear in me that would signify the Lord's mercy? I see proof of my lack of devotion when I ponder the wickedness of Banasura. He is now associating himself with Banasura. Because Narada Muni glorified Banasura, Krishna spared him because of his relationship with you. Prahlad Maharaj is saying, you are calling me devotee. Prabhupada says, Palena Parichayate. Correct? You judge a tree by his fruits. He is saying, if I am so great, look at my grandson. You know, great grandson. He is number one demon. He is actually a avowed enemy of Vishnu. He is a Shiva Bhakta and he takes vow that, like, you know, I'll be against him because he has this grudge against Vishnu that it's given in Shastra actually. One of his friends actually tell him that, you know what happened to your father Bali Maharaj, Krishna has imprisoned him. And just to make sure that he doesn't escape, Krishna is standing as door guard. Like that he says. But here we see glorification that Vishnu is protecting his kingdom. Same act, but everyone is having their own interpretation. But this is how demons see. So Banasura has that grudge against Vishnu. So here Prahlad Maharaj is saying, you are calling me great devotee, look at what my great grandson is doing. He is a vowed enemy of Vishnu. How is Krishna favoring me? You know, imagine you go offer prayer to Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna, please give me a devotee child who is like Prahlad Maharaj. And Krishna gives you Hiranyakashipu. How will you feel? How will you feel? Krishna is favoring you. That's what Prahlad Maharaj is saying here. I have heard some say that now after arresting and imprisoning Bali, the Lord stays here in Sutala as the doorman just to keep him captive. You see, this is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying, what demons are talking about. Krishna's reciprocation. Prabhupada says, when Krishna, many times we may think, how many of you think like this? I should have been born 5,000 years ago. I would have just caught hold of Krishna's lotus feet. How many of you think like that? Prabhupada says, don't worry, Prabhupada talks about it 50 years ago. You know, there were devotees who thought like this also. Prabhupada says, when Krishna was physically present 5,000 years ago, Prabhupada says, hardly 30-40 people know that he is actually Supreme Lord. In 125 years, after showing so much Leela, Prabhupada says hardly 30-40 people only know. So 100% we won't be in that category. So it's not about that. Sometimes we may think, 500 years ago, only if I was there, at least I would have taken shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even Columbus appeared 500 years ago. Actually, if you see, he discovered America. What would you have done, You might have been born in some other place. Nobody knows. So we have to understand, Prabhupada says in one place, same opportunity that is given to Arjuna, same opportunity that's given to Subhadra Maharani, same opportunity that's given to Yashoda Maya, it's also given to us. So we need to understand Krishna is there, Krishna is still accessible through his Leela, Krishna is still accessible through his name, Krishna is still standing right here. All we have to do is come and take darshan of Radha Gopinath. Stand in front and then allow Radha Gopinath to look at us. We are seeing them, they will also see us. And whenever we come in front of them to take darshan of them, it's mentioned all our ocean of faults, all our ocean of suffering will get dried up. Simply by coming in front of the Lord and letting the Lord see us. So that's why when we come to temple, we should come properly dressed. Sometimes people come with beach shorts. That's not a great thing. Singing kirtan, we should follow proper standard, at least wear devotional clothing when you are singing at least. Leading the kirtan, for example. So the more serious we are, come properly, in a presentable way, because we are coming to take darshan of a king and a queen. Imagine you go for an interview. How will you go? Disheveled, without taking bath? Yeah, I thought I'll actually wash my hair, but just changed my mind, We don't do that. You go in the best presentable form. Narendra Modi is coming. Okay, there'll be hundreds of thousands of people going. Everyone properly dressed as if he is coming for a one-to-one audience. He won't even turn in your direction. Still we are so calculative when we actually go. We are coming to take darshan of Supreme Lord. How much more careful we should be. To that extent, we take devotion to Radha Gopinath seriously. To that extent, Supreme Lord also will take us seriously. To the extent we take it lightly, remember Krishna, yayatamam prapadente. Krishna will reciprocate in exactly same way. Putana, how many of you know who is Putana? She is a demon who came to kill Krishna. So in the previous life, she is actually thinking when Krishna as Vamanadev, he is taking away the wealth of Bali Maharaj. At that time, she is the sister of Bali Maharaj and she is thinking, if only, I have heard sister, I have heard her as a daughter also. One of that, she is related to Bali Maharaj. At that time, when she looks at Vamanadev, she thinks, oh, he is looking so cute. I wish he is born as my son. But then as soon as she sees Vamanadev taking the wealth, she thinks, if only he happened to be my son, I would kill him, like that. Krishna made a note of everything. Okay, mother, and then killing, like that. So the next life, she gets born as Putana. And she takes baby Krishna, she is feeding him her milk. At that time, Krishna remembers, okay, this is my mother, tick. And then he goes, okay, killing. She is trying to kill me, I will also kill her. He kills her back. So Krishna reciprocates perfectly. She wants to treat him as the child. Krishna, despite her being in the body of a demoness, Krishna is still accepting her milk. But then she wants to kill, Krishna is accepting that also. Krishna is saying, no problem, Krishna is killing. Prabhupada says, when in first canto, when Prabhupada is writing about Bhishma Dev's prayers, there Prabhupada says, Bhishma Dev, he is related to Krishna in virya, in chivalry. So Krishna, he gets pleasure by fighting with Bhishma Dev. So Bhishma Dev, understanding what Krishna wants, Bhishma Dev is also fighting. And Prabhupada says, whatever arrow which Bhishma Dev shot, which hit Krishna's body, Krishna took the same amount of pleasure which he experienced when he embraced gopis like that. We can't experience like that, but Prabhupada says, this is Krishna. Everything about him is absolute. Even killing of Krishna is absolute. Krishna kills, it's good for them. They'll get liberated, they go back to spiritual world. Okay, so this is Supreme Lord. So here it's given, so how can any pure devotion appear in me? That would signify. So he is saying, on one hand you are saying, Vamanadev is standing there guarding Sutala planet, guarding Bali Maharaj, so he can actually perform his bhakti. But I am actually hearing among devotee circle that actually Krishna doesn't want Bali Maharaj to leave. That's why he is standing there, making sure he doesn't leave the place. So this is what he is saying, but the same thing is spoken. There is a reference also of Banasura hearing this from his friend Kushmanda. That's how he actually develops that enmity towards Krishna. That I will never worship him, and instead he becomes worshipper of Shiva. On rare occasions, some persons like Ravana can see the Lord here. The Lord shows himself only when it suits his own purpose. Now he is saying, you are telling, Lord is standing in Sutala planet as if to favor me and Bali Maharaj. But actually it is not so. Supreme Lord is coming for his own purpose. And he's saying on rare occasions, some persons like Ravana can see the Lord here, as if Ravana is a great devotee. No, actually, once Ravana, if you read in Ramayana about ego of Ravana, you'll have a good laugh. Most of that will resonate with our mentality. So many times he'll get beaten. At one point, Yamaraj thinks, this is even before the advent of Lord Ram, enough is enough. I'll just go punish Ravana. He picks up his danda and he wages war against Ravana. And right at the moment when he is about to kill him, because nobody can withstand Yamaraj's weapon. So at that time, Brahma comes and he tells to Yamaraj, look, this demon, I have already marked him for Lord Ram. If you kill him, what will Lord Ram do? So you better go back. Then Yamaraj, very hesitatingly, he turns back and he goes, Ravana mocks at him. See, he's afraid of me and that's why he's going. So you will come across many instances. So here, Ravana, once he goes down to fight and he goes all the way to Sutala. So in Sutala planet, when he actually goes, guess who he first meets? Vamanadev. He's standing right on the doorstep of Sutala's immigration department. So then Ravana says, I want to go inside. Vamanadev says, no, this is beyond your limits, go elsewhere. Ravana says, no, don't you know who I am? And at that time it's mentioned, Shastras say, Vamanadev tried telling him, he is still insisting. Vamanadev didn't even care to talk to him. He just neglectfully, sometimes if a mosquito comes, how will you do? If sometimes something annoys, some flies annoys, you do like this, right? Like that it's given, specifically it's given, Vamanadev just neglectfully kicked Ravana like that. He kicks him, not focusing on it, very neglectfully it's given, get lost, he kicks him like that. And Ravana flies away. So far. So here he is citing that pastime saying, on rare occasions, even persons like Ravana has taken darshan, but even in that case, Vamanadev appeared there to serve his own purpose of Leela. He thus showed himself in this very place to Durvasa because Durvasa had strong faith in able to see the Lord. This happened even before Krishna Leela. Durvasa was in Kushastali. That's the name of Dwaraka. At that time, they were disturbed by, 10 demons. They come and disturb. So Durvasa, wanting protection, he then asks Narada Muni, where should I go? Then Narada Muni tells him, you go to Sutala planet, Supreme Lord is there, physically present there, you can go seek his help. So he goes to Sutala planet and he asks his help. At that time, Vamanadev says, look, I am property of Bali Maharaj. I am just a servant. You go seek permission from Bali Maharaj. Durvasa has already learnt that lesson before also. Remember, during Ambarish Maharaj pastime, he tried going to Vishnu and Vishnu also says, Aham Bhakta Paradino, he says Tvantantra. Then Durvasa says, I've heard all this before. Then Durvasa goes to Bali Maharaj next, asking him, I have a problem there. I heard you are known to give whatever people ask of you. So please send Vamanadev to my kingdom, Kushastali, which later becomes Dwarka. So he can come, kill those demons and protect all of us. Bali Maharaj gives a very interesting reply. I think we'll read that. In short, Bali Maharaj says no. But there is a verse that actually says that, we can read that, it has interesting details. What Bali Maharaj says, wherever one develops an intense desire. Now point here is, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, the reason why, because on one hand, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, Vamanadev is here, but he is not here all the time. I don't even get to see him. Some rare occasion, Ravana comes, he has seen. Another occasion, Durvasa comes, he has also seen. But then Prahlad Maharaj is also saying why Durvasa was able to see him and not a pure devotee like Prahlad Maharaj couldn't. Prahlad Maharaj is saying, when Durvasa asked Narada Muni, I want help from the Lord, somebody can protect from these 10 demons. Where can I find him? Narada Muni tells him, go to Sutala. Simply to fulfill the words of Narada Muni, Krishna, he manifested there as Vamanadev. Like we saw this earlier also when Prahlad Maharaj saying, it's not just to protect him did Narsingadev appeared. Instead, to fulfill the promise of so many other people, including Prahlad Maharaj. Narada Muni had told, when Indra was going to kill Kayadu, at that time he said, no, Mahabhagavat is there. Likewise, Brahma said, you will be killed by someone who is not created by me. Each one, 4 Kumaras have said, Jai Vijay has said. so on and so forth. Prahlad Maharaj himself has said, remember, the demon Hiranyakashipu, he comes, he gets totally frustrated with not being able to kill Prahlad Maharaj, and he asks him, is your Lord even in this pillar? Prahlad Maharaj looks and he sees Lord. Yes, he is there. And then he kills. Because Prahlad Maharaj also said he is there to fulfill his promise also, he has come. Interesting on this point about, sometimes you will come across some instances, devotees going on places of pilgrimage, and they say, this is exactly the pillar where, Hiranyakashipu was killed. Narsingadeva has come out and killed Hiranyakashipu like that. Once in South India, devotees, when Prabhupada was in Chennai, Hyderabad, in that tour, few devotees actually told Prabhupada, we visited this temple, very ancient temple, and that temple still has the pillar from which Narsingadev has actually come. And then Prabhupada smiles and he says, I don't think this is the place. Prabhupada didn't visit, but Prabhupada says, I don't think this is the place. Interestingly, I've come across one reference in Brihad Bhagavatamrita where it's mentioned the palace of Hiranyakashipu where Narsingadev came out of the pillar. It was on the shore of an ocean. And then I was going back to this place where the devotees mentioned there is no ocean there. Then I thought Prabhupada is always correct. But here is an evidence. But Brihad Bhagavatamrita says the palace, the pillar of the palace from which Narsingadev had come out, it was on the shore of an ocean. It's given like that. If my Lord were always present here in person, why would I have traveled all the way to Naimisharanya to see him as Lord Pitavasa, the yellow-garbed form of Narayana? We can say that by your mercy, the Supreme Lord developed some love for me, and so I appear glorious. Now he is giving credit to Narada Muni. Prahlad Maharaj is saying to Narada Muni, my Lord, I might have developed some bhakti, that is because I happen to be your disciple, simply to favor you. But my greatness is just like a tiny speck before the heaps of mercy the Lord bestows on his newer devotees. Newer devotees here refers to Hanumanji. So that's what he's going to come to. Oh Narada, your heart overflows with causeless compassion. Why should I go on describing all my misfortunes which simply make you unhappy? So now he's coming. Sometimes, you try to guide devotees. But sometimes you sit here, you hear the problem. After half an hour, you will feel depressed. So we have to be careful. We need to sit and we need to study Shastra. We need to be positive. Otherwise, trying to, it's like somebody goes to psychologist, the person will come out happy, but the psychologist needs to go to another psychologist. So here Prahlad Maharaj is saying, oh Narada, I don't want to tell you about my misfortune and make you feel sad. Now let me tell you the greatness of another devotee. Why should I go on describing all my misfortunes which simply make you unhappy? Instead, please consider the Lord's mercy on Hanuman. Bajrang Hanuman ki jai. Bajrang Bali Hanuman. Please note, my Lord, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared suddenly in his form of Narasimha just to kill my father. And as soon as the Lord fulfilled his purpose, he at once disappeared. It just happened like a flash. I haven't been able to see my Lord directly whenever I wanted. When I saw him once on the shore of the ocean, it was just like seeing a dream. So here he is saying, it was on the shore of the ocean. And in Sanskrit it's given Maha Udadi. Uda of the ocean. It's given. But Hanuman is much more fortunate. For many thousands of years, he has enjoyed serving the Lord constantly without obstruction. How many years? According to Ramayana, 11,000. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, 13,000 years. He was personally present by the side of Lord Ram and he was serving. He is the most powerful person. When he was just a child, the demigods favored him with several wonderful benedictions. Thus he became immune to old age and death. He is free of all fear. He maintains great vows. And Shastra say, among the many vows Hanumanji took, the greatest vow is celibacy. He was a Naishtik Brahmachari. and he performs auspicious deeds, outstanding among heroes. He is an exceptional servant of the Lord of the Raghus. Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai. With playful disregard, he jumped across thousands of miles of fathomless ocean. Expertly in the capital of Rakshasa king, he comforted Mother Sita in her distress. He boldly threatened his enemies, burned Lanka and destroyed its citadel. Citadel is his fort. When he brought back news of Sita, he received his master's deep embrace. Actually, each one has a beautiful lila attached to it. Then it will become a Ramayana class. We won't make much progress. I was also, when I was reading this, how much should I talk? Control, you know. We cannot lose track of it, so we'll continue with this. It was Hanuman who acted as his Lord's best carrier. Okay, before we go, just a couple of points I will touch. Here it's given, expertly in the capital of Rakshasa king, he comforted Mother Sita in her distress. Of course, Mother Sita, she is the divine consort of the Lord. But here, according to the Leela, Hanumanji comes, appears, and then Sita Devi initially she might think, this is what Hanumanji thought, she might think that Hanuman is also Ravana in disguise, because Ravana previously also has come in disguise. In fact, when he comes for Bhiksha, he came in disguise. So, Hanuman thinks, if I go asking for Bhiksha, then she may mistake me and she may alert, making noise, alert all the other Rakshasas also. Then I won't be able to convey the message of Lord Ram to her. So thinking this way, Hanumanji, he starts to glorify about the beauty of Lord Ram, his chivalrous activities, his unparalleled, fathomless ocean of qualities. Describing about the beauty. That section is called Sundarakanda. That's why it's called Sundarakanda. Sometimes, you hear interpretation, Lanka was so beautiful, that because this Leela happened, that's why it's called Sundarakanda. Lanka has got nothing to do with that. Sundara here refers to the beauty of Lord Ram, beauty of his qualities, beauty of his Leelas. So this is Sundarakanda. So after narrating that, Hanumanji comes, conveys the message. Now, here it's given, he had comforted, given comfort, given encouragement to Mother Sita, that Lord Ram, your dear Lord, will soon come here. Now, we have to understand, Mother Sita, is she dependent on the comfort of her devotee? No, it's not like that. Part of the Leela, everyone is acting their role. You will see same mood exhibited by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, I have this big beautiful garden of Krishna Prema and I'm collecting all the fruits. How much can I distribute? As a gardener, I'm cultivating all these Bhakti Vrikshas, Kalpa Vrikshas, Prema Vrikshas, Krishna Prema Vrikshas, and I'm having the fruits of Krishna Prema. Alone, how many people can I actually distribute it to? When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that, all his associates come and they comfort the Lord. Don't worry, Lord, we will assist. So then everyone, Nityananda Prabhu, they take responsibility for Bengal. Each one of those associates, they go to different places, you will see. Likewise, Haridas Thakur, he takes the responsibility. Each was Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya. Even, can you imagine if, Supreme Lord is in Chatswood? And he's like, wow, all of you beg, borrow, steal, somehow buy a home in Chatswood, correct? That means it's Vaikunta. I want to be in Vaikunta, like that. Imagine if Supreme Lord says, go to Perth, I will stay in Chatswood. How will you feel? But this is what devotees had to endure. They had to go so far away simply to assist the Lord. You may think even it is happening only in the case of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No. Take Krishna. Brajabasis had to be staying in one place. Krishna had to go to so many other places. Hastinapur, he goes, Pandavas are saying, please stay with us. He goes to Dwaraka, they say, stay with us. Brajabasis, they also say, stay with us. Where will Krishna go? So, every place, if you actually see, Sambhoga and Vipralamba. Sambhoga means serving in the company of the beloved. Vipralamba means serving the Supreme Lord in separation, in mode of separation. Okay, so when we sometimes don't get the opportunity, it's one thing to think, my home is actually far away from the temple. I feel disconnected. Realized, you're laughing. Happens. Mind says that. My mind has told me that when I was staying outside. So on one hand, it will say, this is one way of thinking. But if we go by the Shastra, if we see how Prabhupada, how he exemplified. Prabhupada, he led a very exemplary Grahastha life. Then he takes Vanaprasth, printing literatures, distributing everything. Then his god brothers tell him, Swamiji, you should take, Abhay Babu, you should take sannyas initiation. Then you can travel and preach. Prabhupada takes that as the order of his guru coming through his god brothers. And in his mind also, Prabhupada says in few times, his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur himself has appeared in his dream, asking him to take sannyas. And then when it happens repeatedly, Prabhupada says, okay, this is what my spiritual master wants, and Prabhupada takes the sannyas. And Prabhupada then leaves Vrindavan. If you read, especially in the poem which Prabhupada writes in the first year as well as in the second year in US, your heart will melt. Prabhupada is saying in one place, this is Bhadra Pornima, they do Bhadra Pornima, Parikrama, like that they say. Prabhupada is writing, feeling separation from Mayapur. Because Navadip Mandal Parikrama, it was there since 500 years ago. Nityananda Prabhu, he takes Jiva Goswami on that Parikrama. That's when he actually says, Adbhuta Mandir is going to come here. TOVP ki jai. So like that, and then you will see Ishan Thakur also taking. So this Parikrama was going on for so many years. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has also taken. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has taken. So Prabhupada is writing, my heart is in Mayapur, and this is Gaura Purnima time. And at that time, Prabhupada hasn't even introduced much about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Actually, in one morning class, Prabhupada is giving in Bhagavad Gita. Actually, if you read Bhagavad Gita introduction, do you know how many people was present for that class? Nobody was there. Prabhupada just turned on the tape recorder, gave the class, and then recorded it. That got transcribed and that became printed as Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavad Gita as it is. Now how many students are there? Millions. Because Prabhupada desired, pure devotee desires, Krishna will fulfill it. So Prabhupada there he actually says, so in one morning class he is giving, everyone is like, they haven't actually still come out of hippie culture. And then any questions Prabhupada is asking, nobody is asking question. And then Govinda Dasi Mataji, she is asking, Swamiji, I saw in the other book you are having, who is Lord Chaitanya? And then she says, when she asked Prabhupada that question, Prabhupada face actually bloomed like a full moon. Prabhupada was so happy. Prabhupada says, that's a very nice question. And then Prabhupada gives a half an hour class on Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Prabhupada is saying, this is Gaura Purnima, this is what is going to happen. But I am here in such a faraway place. But still, I am not separated from there. Prabhupada is saying, conviction. Prabhupada gave up Vrindavan for all of us. So we have to understand. So going to Vrindavan, settling there is not a great achievement. What is a great achievement is, if we follow in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada, take one instruction of Srila Prabhupada and try to do whatever we can. I was giving a Bhakti Shastri class and I was saying, if you think getting a certificate of Bhakti Shastri is a great achievement, I said that's not a great achievement. If match fixing is already done, you are not going to fail anyway. So that's not a great achievement. Great achievement is if you can pick up the habit of reading Prabhupada's books. If you can pick up the habit of reading Shastras every day, that's a great achievement. Okay, so we have to understand there are a lot of sacrifices which Srila Prabhupada has done. We are here, especially on a Saturday morning. Have you seen old movies? For flashback, they show this. Have you seen? They'll take like one circle and they'll do. That's like, your flashback. You think about it, 20 years ago, what were you doing on Saturday morning? 11:15, most likely we would have been in bed still. This is what we would have been doing, okay, before coming to Krishna consciousness. So we need to be grateful and we need to understand there is, Bhagavatam itself says, whoever thinks they can repay the debt of Srila Prabhupada, whoever thinks they can repay the debt of spiritual master, Bhagavatam says like this, whoever thinks they can repay the debt of the spiritual master is a joker. That's the word that's given. Don't blame me, Bhagavatam says that. When one place Prabhupada is preaching, and then Prabhupada says, rascals. And then devotees ask, rascal? Prabhupada says, yeah, there's difference between fool and rascal. Fool don't know what they are doing. Rascal knows what they are doing, still they do stupid things. That's why they are called rascals. And then one person is asking, Swamiji, You are actually calling people. Krishna, he said, Pandita Samadarshina. Prabhupada is saying, no. Krishna himself says, Namam Duskritano Muda. Muda means rascal. Prabhupada is saying. I'm just repeating. Don't blame me. Krishna is saying this like that. Bhagavatam is saying, whoever thinks they can repay the debt of their guru is a joker. Because we simply can't repay the debt. How can you repay what Prabhupada has given us? We can't. So it would be impudent of us to think that, I actually have a better idea. Thank you very much. We are following Prabhupada's movement. Let's follow. Prabhupada has given everything. What to chant. Prabhupada has given how to worship Radha Gopinath. Prabhupada has given us Radha Gopinath. We don't even know who is Radha Gopinath. Okay, I remember coming to this temple. One day, 2 day, 3rd day, one devotee looked at me and he said, Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. I said, it's okay. Like that I walked away. How do I know what it means? Normally, please means, somebody does something wrong, they ask, please. I said, okay, whatever. I said, okay, that's okay. And I just walked away. This temple. Vrindaya Tulsi Devi Priya Gasa Vishnu Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavati Namo Namaha. Nothing. I just slept. Varnai Prabhu came and he kicked. Namo Namaha. And then Tulasi, get up, I was sleeping in this temple. So if we are not born devotees, we are given this mercy simply by desire of Srila Prabhupada, mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we have to take that to our heart. First of all, take it up fully, worship those instructions, but most important is understand the desire of Guru. Prabhupada wants this Krishna consciousness to be spread to every nook and corner of the world. At least we should spread to every nook and corner of Sydney, nook and corner of to Australia. Doable. Okay, we all have many more summers to go. Okay, so we can do. This should be our long-term plan. So we need to have goals. I remember when I joined the temple, Varnak Prabhu asked, so what's the goal? Goal? I told him very proudly, to go back to Godhead. He said, I know that. What's your goal for 1 year, next 5 years, next 10 years, how do you see? Then I asked him, so are we allowed to have goals? He said, yeah, go think and come back. So then I told him, I want to do book distribution. Then you come up with I want to do deity service. I want to do traveling Sankirtan. If we have goal, then at least we know in a certain direction we are heading towards. Otherwise, everyone will pull in different direction. We won't have a vision. We won't have a goal and we won't have any achievement. Okay, so for Prabhupada, we need to be very clear. We need to do it systematically. In one place, Prabhupada is saying, how karmis work. We need to work even more hard because we are working for Krishna. They are working for material thing. If we are working for a permanent thing, how much more careful we should be, how much more strenuous effort we should put. So we should take it very, very seriously. When we come to temple, we need to come properly dressed, put proper tilak, come in front of the Lord and deal with Radha Gopinath, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra Maharani, Shri Gaur Nitai, exactly like how you would go take the audience of a king and the queen and the brother of the king, sister of the king. Okay, so this is the mood with which we should come and our presentation should be like that. To the extent we take it seriously, to that extent, Supreme Lord also will take us seriously. Now, does Supreme Lord makes note of all of this? Yes. You can read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would tell specifically how each devotee has worshipped their own home deity. How they worshipped the temple deity. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there are so many pastimes. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself narrates. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself participates in to teach the whole world how deity worship is non-different to directly dealing with Krishna. So we have to be very, very mindful of that. Temple room, we still see mats left everywhere. That's not good. Temple room, we still see flower petals there. When you look at it, pick it up. Temple room, this is the king's assembly. Temple room, there is still prajalpa going on. We need to be careful. Temple room, we are still standing in front of the Lord, ignoring the Lord and then talking loud. We have to be very, very careful because there are many people who come from outside. We don't know what background they come. Okay, many people have distress. How many of you came to Krishna consciousness because of distress? All of us. So we have to be mindful. By Gopinath's mercy, by Prabhupada's mercy, we are okay. But then there are other people who may want to be here to spend some time with the Lord because they feel peaceful. And we don't know their distressed condition. And they may be sitting here and talking and we talk loud, it will be disturbing them. So that's not good. So we need to be very, very mindful and we have to understand Radha Gopinath is for everyone. And as fortunate recipients, it's our utmost responsibility to make sure that we facilitate others also coming and taking shelter of Radha Gopinath. Okay, I'll stop there. Any questions or comments? Okay, that's an 8th chapter about living this planet. Krishna gives the symptoms, but Krishna also says towards the end of the chapter, you can read, there attaining the absolute, there Krishna is actually saying none of these conditions apply to Krishna Bhaktas. Okay, in Australia, the path that is given is Krishna gives all of those for the path of the enlightened yogis, because yogis, they can leave the body at a time when they actually like. So they will wait to quit the body at a certain time, like that. But Krishna says, as devotees, we don't need to bother. All we need to worry is tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhyacha. So Srila Rupa Goswami, he says there are so many rules and regulations. We talk 4 regulative principles, but if you want the elaborate version of it, you can get a book if you don't have Nectar of Devotion that has the 64 regulative principles. So you can go through each one of them. So Rupa Goswami says all these 64 regulative principles, they are all subservient, they are all servant to one single rule. Smartavya satatam Vishnu, Vishmartavya najatuchit. Sarve vidhi nishedhyashur, eteyor eva kinkara. Kinkara is servant. All the rules, they are servant of this one single rule, which is always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. They both mean the same, but it is mentioned 2 times because it's very important. Just in case if you have misunderstood it. Like that, okay? So, it's like telling, so you please go to the restaurant through this door. That door is locked. So you go through this. It's like 2 times repeated. So, for devotees, all we have to worry about, especially in Kali Yuga, Prabhupada made it even simple. Prabhupada explains, you read 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, you will find a lot of instructions of Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, in Kali Yuga, you close your eyes and you try to think something, except that everything else you will think. Or sometimes your mind will say, actually I should not think this. Still you will not think what you are supposed to do. All your mind will be making plans, I should not think that, not this, not this. But the very time you think, I will not think about it, you will end up thinking about it. Okay, have you got that experience? Always happy feeling, you have to keep on holding. That's why people take selfie. I always say that. Take video, because it will go away. Okay, have you ever seen, today I'm very sad, let me take a selfie. Why? Because I'll forget it. No, everyone knows that's the normal state of mind, correct? There is nothing special about it. So, material world, we don't need to make a plan to be sad. It's anyway sad. But because the so-called happiness keeps on fleeting, keeps on going away, it's a problem. But when we practice Krishna consciousness, we will come to a point when we will understand Krishna is the only person who is worthy of us putting all our effort and energy in. Everyone at some point of time will disappoint us. Everyone, everything at some point in time will let us down. Krishna is the only person who will never let us down, not only now, future lives also. The only afterlife insurance is chanting Hare Krishna. Okay, otherwise normal life insurance, I will pay the premium. But then after I die, can I enjoy it? We pay the premium, so people who are dependents, they will enjoy, basically. That's life insurance. But then who's going to take care of us? There has to be something that we can do that can take care of us, correct? That is possible only in Bhakti. So in Bhakti, Prabhupada says, simply if we chant Hare Krishna, if I tell you, suddenly, Sachin Tendulkar, immediately, I'm telling a sound, immediately the form of Sachin Tendulkar is coming in mind. Correct? Virat Kohli, Narendra Modi, Roger Federer, anyone. Okay, sound has that potency of bringing that memory. Sometimes we are conscious of it, sometimes we are not, but that's what it means. Sound can bring memory. Sound alone can bring memory in Kali Yuga. Okay, so in Kali Yuga, remembrance is not possible. We can't sit in one place and think. That's the reason why I was saying. Because our mind always holds on to a lot of negative feelings, despite our trying to forget. Actually, negative experiences we are trying to forget, but we are not able to forget. Positive feelings we want to remember, but we are forgetting. Very difficult life, correct? Very unfair. That's what's happening. So, to come out of this, we have to cultivate positive thoughts. Now, the best way to counteract, to cultivate positive thoughts is, you can take any celebrity, any person who you think, yeah, this is my favorite, or I am the star. Either if it's a movie star, their movie will be flop. Then you'll feel disappointed at that person. Okay, like recently, one devotee told me someone committed suicide because their favorite movie star, the movie became flop. Movie became flop. Movie star took the money. Why are you committing suicide? But that's what people do. People likewise, you will come across politicians. They may be good politicians, but they lose the election. What to do? Not every politician who is good also wins the election. Or some cricket star maybe. Anything can happen. So at some point of time, you will see, you will be let down by someone. Could be relative, could be friend, could be some richest person, could be someone who promised you they'll do. They'll always let you down. Krishna, that doesn't mean we need to hate them. Their intention may be good. Have you got that experience? You actually want to help someone, but you just got, for some reason you are not able to do. So you can't blame yourself for that. You tried your best, you can't. But reality is we are letting someone else down. But Krishna is the only person who never lets anyone down. Why? Prabhupada says, after installing Krishna Balram in Vrindavan, Prabhupada says, you go and pray to Krishna Balram. They will fulfill whatever your prayers is. Why? First of all, they don't have problem themselves. Very important. Because most of us, all of us, have problems. There is only so much we can help others. Beyond that point, what can you do? You cannot. So first point Prabhupada is saying is, because Supreme Lord, He has no problem, He can solve everyone else's problem. Point number one. Point number two, Prabhupada says is, they are standing here, any problem you have, you go and tell them, my dear sirs, I have this problem. Because they are capable, they are so powerful, they can also solve the problem like that. So the best recourse for us in this precarious situation in Kali Yuga, when inflation is up, somehow prices always go up, correct? It never comes down. Have you seen it? Toll rate also goes up. After some time you think, you just get used to it. So things just go bad to worse. They are all if you are still in doubts about effects of Kali Yuga, read 12th canto of Bhagavatam. It tells very graphically how tax is going to increase, how housing will actually go up higher and higher, the cost of a house, and then how people will run to forest because they can't take paying so much tax anymore. Like that. It's given in Bhagavatam. It will come to pass. It's already realizing in many ways actually. So we have to understand it. So the best recourse that's given in Shastra is simply to chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if we simply keep chanting the Supreme Lord, what that will do is it creates positive impression in our mind. Just like when I was saying a few names of some cricket star, movie star, whoever, it comes to our mind. Like that, by saying Radha Krishna's name, they will also come to our mind, but we may not realize it immediately. Gradually it will come. Slowly. Sometimes you sleep, in dream, you watch something and you think, where did that come from? It's totally out of our control. Likewise, positively, the impression of Radha Krishna is also not in our control. We are chanting Supreme Lord's name, asking Him to please come to the altar of our heart and then take care of us, to protect us. That's what Supreme Lord will do. So if we do, then it doesn't matter. When we leave, when we quit the body, quitting the body is not such a great thing. Krishna will take care automatically. We don't need to bother. Okay? Hare Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki jai. Sri Jagannath
was never conquered by anyone, and certainly not afraid of the ferocious mouth and tongue. Your eyes bright like the sun, and with frowning eyebrows. I do not fear your sharp, pinching teeth, the garland of intestines. your mane soaked with blood, or your high ridge-like ears, nor do I fear your tumultuous roaring, which makes elephants flee to distant places, or your nails, which are meant to kill your enemies. Jai Nrsimhadev.
जय श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की जय, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय, श्री श्री गौरनिताई की जय, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल. Hare Krishna. Let's do the Mangalacharan. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavranda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Kam karoti vachalam pangum langaya tantaram yatkripaatamaham vande Shri Gurun Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishvaram. Hare Krishna. We'll continue our discussion on the Brihad Bhagavatamrita. So just to give a recap, Narada Muni is in the search of a devotee who got maximum mercy from the Supreme Lord, and we see him going from one place to another, starting from Prayag to South India to Swargaloka to Satyaloka to Shivaloka, Sutala, and now is going to Kimpurusha, Varsha, which is part of Bhumandala, to see Hanuman. Because when he approached Prahlad Maharaj, who is his disciple, glorifying him of being the most fortunate devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, while he acknowledges Narada Muni's words that Lord Nrsimhadev